What if the light at the end of the tunnel is not a portal to heaven, but the spotlight of an interrogation room? What if the life review, that cinematic moment where your entire existence passes before your eyes, is not a process of divine learning, but a forensic examination, an interrogation conducted not by angels, but by administrators, guardians, archons? This is not a theory. It is a forbidden Gnostic warning. The title of this video is a code, the reincarnation trap, the forbidden Gnostic warning about the Demiurge in the first 49 days after death. The premise we were sold is that after death, we review our lives to learn, to grow, to prepare for the next lesson. The suppressed premise, the Gnostic code, reveals the dark truth. In the crucial 49 days after your last breath, the Demiurge, the false god of this material system, the architect of the prison, forces you to relive your traumas. He forces you to relive your deepest attachments, not to heal, but to interrogate. He is looking for the chains. He is looking for the anchors. The Archons, his enforcers, analyze your soul not for goodness, but for density. They seek the energetic knots of guilt, shame, and regret. Why? Because your guilt is their energy. Your regret is their feeding frequency. Your shame is the signature you voluntarily give, consenting to return, to reincarnate, to return to the wheel for another life of service, another life feeding the system. They cannot force you back. You must agree. And your unresolved regret is your yes. This is not meant to generate fear. Fear is the first level of the trap. This is meant to generate remembrance. This is an activation. You have been trained to see your guilt as a moral failing. I am here to tell you, your guilt is a weapon being used against you. Gnosis is the shield. Gnosis is the practice of dying to your false self, before the Archons can use it against you. The rebellion starts now. Let's decode the prison. To understand the trap, we must first dissect the weapon. The weapon is guilt. The traditional view, the dogma whispered in every cathedral, mosque, and temple, is that guilt is your conscience. It is the voice of God. It is what leads you to repentance. They say you must feel bad to be forgiven. You must kneel, confess your faults, feel the weight of your sin, and then be absolved by an external authority. This is the first layer of the illusion. The hidden Gnostic code tells a different story. Guilt is not the voice of God. It is the signature of the Demiurge. The Nag Hammadi texts, like the Gospel of Philip, suggest that the masters of this world, the Archons, do not care about your sin. They care about the consequence of sin, the guilt that binds you to this realm. Your guilt is the proof that you belong to it. It is the proof that you believe you are a creature of matter, a creature of flaws, instead of a fragment of the pleroma, the fullness. The Archons are cosmic parasites. They do not judge you morally. They weigh you. They weigh your attachments. The life review is, in fact, the Archons scanning your energetic body, looking for those dense knots of shame. Every "I should have" is a handle. Every "if only I hadn't" is a chain. They pull these chains and say, "See, you still have unfinished business. You still have debts. You must return and pay." Where do we see this harvesting mechanism today? You don't need to die to see it. You carry it in your pocket. Look at the infinite feed. Look at social media. The entire architecture of digital influence is an inadequacy engineering machine. You are not thin enough. You are not rich enough. You are not traveling enough. You are not productive enough. You are not happy enough. Every curated image, every success story is a silent indictment against your own imperfect life. This constant hum of dissatisfaction, this low-level, "I'm not doing it right, I'm behind," is not an accident. It is the same frequency as guilt. It is the Archons tuning your soul, calibrating you for failure. They are preparing you to accept their judgment by making you judge yourself first, 1,000 times a day. You are practicing your own condemnation every time you scroll and feel less than. Let's take a break. Right now, close your eyes for a second. Take a deep breath. Feel that buzz of anxiety, that pressure of should be or should have done. Don't fight it. Don't judge it. Just observe it. Now, breathe into that feeling and whisper internally, just to yourself, "This is not me. This is a program." Feel the separation. Feel the space you just created. That is the first spark of Gnosis. You are not the guilt. You are the observer of the guilt. Now, let's go to the second key, the harvest mechanism, the 49-day trauma loop. The traditional view, conveniently distorted from Eastern thought, tells us that these 49 days, the bardo, are a transition period, a chance for the soul to purify itself, see its life objectively, and learn from its mistakes before moving toward the light. Gnosis tears that veil. It is not a transition. It is a processing. The Apocryphon of John vividly describes the rulers, the 12 authorities, who trapped the soul in their realms. In these 49 days, you are not reviewing your life. You are being forced to relive your trauma. The Archons are not gentle teachers. They are relentless interrogators. They don't show you your whole life. They take you straight to the emotional peak, to the moment you betrayed, to the moment you were betrayed, to the moment you were humiliated, to the moment you felt worthless, broken, dirty. They hit play again and again and again. They amplify the emotion. They make you feel that shame, that anger, that regret with 1,000 times more intensity. Why? Because when you feel that trauma, when you react to it, you consent to the reality of it. You scream energetically, "Yes, I am this. I am this broken thing. I am this guilty person." That scream is your consent. It is your signature on the contract. The moment you identify with the pain, you agree to return. You agree to try again, to fix it, to pay the debt. The reincarnation trap snaps shut, and the system feeds on your divine light for another lifetime. Think about this mechanism. Reliving trauma to generate an emotional reaction. Does that sound familiar? What is the 24-hour news cycle? It is an Archon engine. It is a 24/7 trauma loop. It does not exist to inform. It exists to activate. It finds your deepest fears, fear of the other side, fear of collapse, fear of disease, fear of scarcity, and puts it on constant repeat. The outrage, the panic, the self-righteousness, the guilt, the guilt, the guilt. This is the Demiurge's broadcast. It is the prison radio. It trains your soul to exist in a state of reactive judgment. It prepares you for the harvest. It programs you to see the world only in terms of blame, guilt, and fear. Every angry click is a rehearsal for your post-mortem interrogation. Let's pause again. Think about the last news story, the last post that made your blood boil. Feel that twinge of outrage or fear. Now, visualize that energy as a blue or red flame in your chest. Acknowledge it. Don't deny it. Now, take a deep breath and, as you exhale, watch that flame dwindle to a cool, white ember. It is just information. It is not you. You are the observer of the flame, not the fire it consumes. You are taking back your power. Finally, the third key, the supreme lie, the forgiveness trap. The traditional view demands that you seek forgiveness from an external God. You must confess to a priest, a guru, a divine judge. The premise is, you are flawed, you are stained, and only a higher authority can clean your name. This is the Demiurge's masterpiece. He is that higher authority. He creates the disease, sin, the illusion of separation, and then sells the only cure, his conditional forgiveness. It is cosmic extortion. When you beg an external God for forgiveness, you are validating his authority. You are confirming his power over your soul. You are saying, I am small and guilty, and you are great and righteous. Please save me. The Gnostic texts, like the Gospel of Truth, do not speak of a yen. They speak of error. They speak of ignorance. The sin is not the act you committed. The sin is the act of believing you are separate from the divine spark that exists within you. The final gnosis is this: you cannot be forgiven by the jailer. You can only realize you were never truly imprisoned. The power to absolve is not outside you. It is in you. Where do we see this trap today? In modern anxiety culture and the self-help industry. We are paralyzed by regret about the past and anxiety about the future. Soren hustle culture says you're not doing enough, and self-care culture says you're broken if you're not healing correctly. We are stuck in a loop of trying to fix ourselves. We are judging our own healing process. This constant self-diagnosis, this, am I doing it right? Am I enlightened yet? Am I toxic? Am I the narcissist? This is the new confessional. It keeps you perpetually focused on your flaws. It is the Archons' voice whispering in your ear. You're not whole yet. Keep digging. Keep confessing your brokenness. Keep needing me. Let's do the final micro-practice. Stop. Stop trying to fix yourself for 1 minute. You are not a construction project. You are a presence. Take a deep breath. Feel the solidity of your body, the chair beneath you. Put your hand over your heart. Feel the warmth. Now say this internally, with conviction. I am not broken. I am here. Feel the authority in that. Not arrogance. Authority. The authority of the spark that simply is. So, this is the trap. The Archons use your past against you. They use your guilt-laden memories to chain you to the cycle of rebirth. The solution, therefore, is not moral. It is technical. It is a technology of the soul. The solution is to neutralize your past now, while you are still breathing. We call this the Gnostic Life Review, or dying before you die. The goal is not to become a good Martana person. The goal is to become energetically sovereign. This is spiritual warfare, fought on the battlefield of your own consciousness. Here is the practice. This is the technology. It is a 3-step clear instruction manual. Step 1. The detached observer. The witness. You must practice this daily. It doesn't need hours. Start tonight, before sleeping. Sit in silence for 10 minutes. Do not meditate on peace. Do not ask for guidance. Just observe. Recall an event from your day. Just one. Preferably a moment when you felt shame, anger, embarrassment, or regret. An awkward conversation. A mistake at work. An outburst with a loved one. But here is the key. Watch it as if you are watching a movie. You are not the actor. You are in the audience. See the you on the screen. See the other person. Hear the words. See the actions. Do not judge. Do not wish it had been different. This is the hardest part. The Archons live in your judgment. They feed on your, I should have. The moment you feel that twinge of judgment, you simply label it. Silent until fallen, I observe the judgment. You do not judge the judgment. You simply observe it. You are separating your divine consciousness, your spark, from the personality memory program. You are saying, I am not this actor. I am the light that illuminates the screen. Step 2. Dissolving the energetic charge. The neutralization. Now that you are the observer, locate the feeling in your body. Where is that guilt? Is it a tightening in the chest? A knot in the throat? A pit in the stomach? Be specific. Now, breathe directly into that physical sensation. Do not try to release it. Do not try to heal it. Do not try to forgive it. This is not spa therapy. You are going to flood it with your neutral attention. Attention is light. You are taking the flashlight of your consciousness and pointing it directly at the dark knot. You are demonstrating to the Archons and to yourself, I see this charge. It is an artifact. It is a memory. It holds no power over me. You are starving the parasite. You are reclaiming your energy. The charge cannot survive when it is seen without judgment. It dissolves. Step 3. The radical redeclaration. The laughing God. This is the final seal. This is the act of sovereignty. After observing and neutralizing, you perform an act of radical self-forgiveness. But it is not the forgiveness you were taught. It is not, I'm sorry. It is not, I am flawed. It is done. The Gnostics understood something that religions buried. Laughter is a divine weapon. The Demiurge and his Archons are serious. They are gravity. They are weight. They are solemnity and judgment. The divine spark. It laughs. You look at that memory, that terrible failure, that unforgivable sin that you just neutralized, and you laugh. You laugh at the absurdity of it all. You laugh at how seriously this flesh puppet, your ego, took the drama. You laugh at the fact that a spark of the true God, of the pleroma, got so caught up in this poorly written play. It is not a laugh of mockery. It is a laugh of liberation, and then you declare aloud, or in the theater of your mind, I am the sovereign. This illusion holds no power over me. This memory is neutralized. This debt is released. I am clean. You do this every night. You die to the day. You die to the false self. You practice this relentlessly. You clear your energetic ledger, night after night. The result? When the Archons come for you in those 49 days, when they pull up your files and project your greatest failures on the screen, they will find nothing. No charge, no handles, no hooks, no guilt. They will show your trauma, and you will laugh in their faces. They will have no choice but to let you pass, because you no longer belong to their system. The journey is complete, from the paranoia of the prison to the sovereignty of the escape. The life review is a lie. The 49 days are a harvest. Guilt is the currency of the prison. But this knowledge is not a new prison. It is the escape map. The Demiurge is a concept. Yes, but the system he represents is terrifyingly real. The systems of social, religious, and digital control that feed on your inadequacy, your fear, and your guilt are all around us. They are the matrix. The trap is real, but your power is more real. Your gnosis, your inner knowledge, is the solvent that dissolves the bars. This is the great rebellion. It is not fought in the streets with guns and shouts. It is fought in the silent theater of your own mind, every night before you sleep. It is the quietest and most important war ever waged. The rebellion starts now. I want you to activate this knowledge. In the comments below, declare your sovereignty, not to me, to the universe, to the observers. Right, I am the observer. Let the Archons read the list of names that are waking up. I leave you with this question. What if your greatest sin, your deepest shame, is not your condemnation, but the exact clue, the exact pressure point for your deepest, most violent liberation? They built a prison with your memories. Tonight, you turn that prison into fire. You are the spark. Remember who you are.